Yo, what's up, folks? It's the Animation Nerd 27 back with you in another video, and today we'll be doing another animation talk. But before we go on, I am so happy to be back. It's been like 2 months since my last video back in February with Animation Talk Flintstones. I decided to take a 2-month break, but now I'm back, and I'm back, baby. I'm ready for more action. Let's go. And a lot of things been happening. But before we go on, I know a lot of things have been happening since I've been gone. But we'll talk about that in another video. But yeah. Anyway, today's animation talk will be one of the most beloved adult popular cartoons of all time, and it's none other than Looney Tunes. But yeah, let's talk about the Looney Tunes. Now, of course, we all know the Looney Tunes, Bugs, Daffy, Porky, and all of them. But yeah, let's talk about them. Now, Looney Tunes debuted back on April 19th of 1930 with the short Sinking in the Bathtub, starring Bosco the Talking Kid and his girlfriend, Honey. Yeah, that's right. This year is the Looney Tunes' 90th anniversary. It premiered 90 years ago in April of 1930, nine decades ago. Yeah, that is a long time. They've been around for a long freaking time. So yeah, anyways, what is Looney Tunes about? Well, there's no plot in the Looney Tunes. Stuff happens, a villain is there, and the good guy must go up against the villain and usually outwit him with some comedy gags, and the villain usually gets outsmarted by the hero, and pretty much that's it. That's pretty much Looney Tunes. There's no plot. Yeah, there are some plots, like Elmer Fudd always tries to hunt Bugs, Wile E. Coyote tries to go after Roadrunner, Sylvester's always after Tweety, and Daffy always tries to get Bugs shot at and stuff, and Pepe Le Pew always is after a female skunk who is actually a cat named Penelope, but other than that, that's it. That's mostly just their shorts. Looney Tunes as a whole does not have any plots. It's not a story-driven cartoon like, say, Avatar or Gravity Falls. It's more of a comedy episodic show like SpongeBob and the Fairly Odd Parents. So yeah. But why do I love Looney Tunes? Well, if you saw my 30 Greatest Cartoons videos, you saw I had Looney Tunes at number 28. So yeah, I freaking love it. One reason I love the Looney Tunes is the comedy. It is hilarious. From the catchphrases, to the one-liners, to the in-jokes, to the pop culture references, to the violence, to the slapstick. It is downright hysterical. There are some really funny moments in the series, and a lot of them come from the characters, like from Daffy whenever he's with Porky or Bugs when he's ever with Elmer, Sam, Marvin, or Taz, or even Daffy, or of course Tweety and Sylvester, or Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, or Foghorn and Leghorn, or Pepe Le Pew, and Speedy Gonzales. There are a lot of funny characters in Looney Tunes. Really. The comedy is hilarious. And of course, we can't forget those catchphrases like, I taught putty tat, or sucker and succotash, or of course, you're despicable. And there's others like, yeah, what's up, Doc, or ain't I a stinker, or shh, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. Or that's all, folks. Come on, those catchphrases are iconic. We all use them. But yeah, that's one reason I really love the Looney Tunes is the comedy. Another reason I love Looney Tunes is the animation. It's really good. I really love the animation. It's really, really good. It's beautiful and it holds up well, even though these are cartoons from like back in the 20th century, like the early 20th century, like the 1930s to 60s. And yet they managed to still hold up decades later. They got a nice background of them. The character designs look great. All the characters stand out and stuff. But yeah, I pretty much love the animation. Another thing I love about Looney Tunes is the music. It has a really good music by composers Carl Stalling, who did a great job composing the music. He did a really fantastic job and stuff. He did amazing. But anyway, the other and final main reason why I love Looney Tunes, and the real reason why I love it is, well, honestly, it's the characters. Come on. We all remember the Looney Tunes characters. And of course, I mentioned them before, like Bugs, Daffy, Porky, Elmer, Tweety, Sylvester, Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote, Yosemite Sam, Taz, Marvin, Foghorn Leghorn, Pepe Le Pew, Speedy Gonzales. But there are many others like Lola Bunny, Granny, Mark Anthony and Pussyfoot, Penelope, Barnyard Dog, Miss Prissy, Henry, Witch Hazel, Gossamer, Bosco, Michigan J. Frog, Hubie and Birdie, Macintosh, Hippity Hopper, and many, many, many more. There is like a lot of characters in Looney Tunes. Some that I didn't even mention, like Ralph Wolf and Sam Sheepdog. But yeah, there are a lot of characters in the Looney Tunes. It has a huge cast of characters. If you don't like one character, there's another character to love. But yeah, the characters are great and memorable. Now here are some of my favorite characters from the Looney Tunes. Some of them include Wiley, Roadrunner, Tweety, Sylvester, Speedy, Bugs, Porky, Daffy, Marvin, Pepe, Foghorn, Elmer, Sam, Taz, Lola, and Granny. Those are probably my favorite characters in the Looney Tunes. Like, those are probably my favorite characters of the Looney Tunes. My favorite of the group would have to be Wile E. Coyote. He's definitely my favorite of the group. Like, I always felt bad for Wile E. Coyote. I always wish he would just get that Roadrunner. Same thing with Sylvester. I always wish he would just get Tweety, Hippity Hopper, or Speedy. Hell, I even felt bad for Daffy. Every time he was with Bugs, he always was the bad guy. I always felt bad for the poor duck, always getting his beak shot off and stuff. I felt bad for the dude. But yeah, I really love the characters in Looney Tunes. They're memorable, iconic. I really love them. All of them, like Bugs, Speedy, Daffy, Porky, Tweety, Roadrunner, Wiley, Sylvester, Sam, Taz, Foghorn, Pepe, and all of them are really great characters. I love them. They're memorable and iconic. And they're some of the best cartoon characters ever and stuff. They're some of the best. So I really, really love them. Again, my personal favorites have to be Bugs. I don't have to mention it again. But yeah, I personally love all the characters. They're really great. Yes, I really love the characters. They're really great and memorable. But of course, after the golden age of animation ended, the Looney Tunes shorts ended. But of course, the Looney Tunes are still around and stuff with movies like Space Jam, Looney Tunes Back in Action, which are really great. In fact, I did a review of Back in Action back in January. You can go check that out. There's also been TV shows like The Looney Tunes Show, Wabbit, a Looney Tunes production, or as it's called now, New Looney Tunes. And of course, we have the upcoming series, New Looney Tunes Cartoons and stuff, which is set to debut next month on the HBO Max and stuff. But yeah, Looney Tunes has inspired a lot of shows like Tiny Toons and Animaniacs, which are pretty much spiritual successors to the Looney Tunes. There was also Lunatics Unleashed, but we don't talk about that one. Baby Looney Tunes, which was a baby-fied version of them. We also had spin-off shows for some of the characters like Tasmania, Duck Dodgers, Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries, and many more. There was also compilation shows like The Bugs Bunny Show and many others. And of course, there was those compilation movies like the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie, Daffy Duck's Quackbusters, and many others. Personally, my favorite out of the 5 compilation movies has to be the first one, the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie, which I thought was one of the best movies I've seen so far. I really loved it. It was a great tribute to Chuck Jones and all the cartoons he made and stuff. So yeah, the Looney Tunes has stood strong for years, and I hope we get to see more of them. They aren't around as much as say Mickey and the Gang. I mean, they're not as forgotten as say Felix the Cat, but we don't see them around as much a lot. So with this new show, Looney Tunes Cartoons, coming out, I hope we can see more of the Looney Tunes. And we are supposed to anyway, because we have Space Jam 2 coming out next year in 2021, which is the 25th anniversary of Space Jam. We're also getting a Wile E. Coyote movie, and we're also getting a Pepe Le Pew movie and a Speedy Gonzales movie, which are all in production. Definitely the one I can't wait for is the Wile E. Coyote movie, because you know I love Wile E. Coyote. He's my favorite Looney Tunes character. I can't wait for that. But yeah, anyway, yeah. I really, really hope the Looney Tunes come back in popularity because they're really great characters. They deserve it. They're popular. If we can see Mickey Mouse a lot, we can sure see Bugs Bunny a lot. But anyway, folks, that's pretty much it for the video and stuff. So I'll see you later, folks. But before we go, I think our friend Porky has one last thing to say.